just happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad. I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
Yes, it's Wrestling Uncensored. We're here. We're talking wrestling. We watch SmackDown. You know? Ooh. Yes, boy! Johnny, how do you like that intro? Pretty bad. There was nothing there.
It sounds like you're not very excited for what happened this week in wrestling. It sounds like it's another week for you, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like this week, very eventful. I feel like a lot's happened. I feel there's a lot of backlash to what's happened so far. I think I have thoughts. You have thoughts. And I think we're going to vent a lot of frustrations, I think. and
Wow.
maybe some joy, possibly.
I'm not really that frustrated about a lot of things in pro wrestling, but I can't say I'm that excited about what's going on in either of the major companies right now. There's not much that's really drawing my attention. You know what excited me about SmackDown tonight, John?
The bloodline, I guess.
No, when I saw Alex Pereira sitting in the front row, UFC light heavyweight champion. When I saw Poatan show up, Chama! I was very excited to see him. I love that guy. He's one of the most dangerous dudes on the planet. His fights get me hyped. I get excited when I see Alex Pereira. That's consistent entertainment right there with Alex Pereira. It's a money draw right there. It's a guy you pay to see. He's over in combat sports. He's very over. So I was
Well, I
excited
heard
to
John
see him. I'm
Jones-
not sure what he was doing tonight in where were they?
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York?
Well, you can catch a WWE event. Why not? I
TKO
heard
probably
apparently-
flew him out for the appearance.
That's kind of cool. I heard John Jones says he wouldn't mind fighting him, so that'd be a pretty cool fight.
Yeah. That would be a cool fight. But we're not here to talk about that. That's the Thursday night show, John. You could watch the MMA stuff. We're here to talk about pro wrestling. And yeah, I wasn't, what happened? What are you excited about? You're enthused about it. I mean, I think it was interesting tonight. They announced a women's United States Championship, a new belt in the WWE women's division. It seems like it's going to be like the tag belts where it could be defended on Raw or SmackDown. So we're going to have one of the women on the roster get a major spot as a singles champion. They can go on either brand. It might even make the U.S. Championship seem more important than the WWE Women's World Title or the WWE Women's Championship on SmackDown. So I think that's an interesting move, and they didn't announce anything past the title is coming. They didn't say how you can become champion. They didn't really give much information as to when they might crown a champion. They just said, here's a belt, and it's going to be very important. The U.S. Women's title. Look at it. And it was like, okay, it looks like a U.S. title. But I think it's a very interesting move by the WWE. And to me, that's the biggest thing they did this week. What else happened?
Well, let's just talk about this for now. So you believe that this is just one championship that they've already added onto the many championships we already have. It's only going to be one mid-card championship that will be for all the brands, you're saying. You believe that's what's going to happen?
They said Raw and SmackDown.
Okay. I hope so. I pray that that's what's going to happen.
On commentary, they said, Michael Cole, I'm pretty sure, said, it could be, a Raw and SmackDown. It could be defended on Raw and SmackDown. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an inter-brand type of thing, which is going to be a big spot for whoever becomes champion. That's going to be pretty big. So it's going to be a nice way to elevate somebody else. It's a good move.
And I think that's what it's going to be for now. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one eventually.
Like a women's intercontinental championship.
I'm surprised we didn't get that before the U.S. one, but I think this is more than just testing the waters, seeing how this is going to work out. And then once they build up, I think the rosters too, because the rosters I don't think have enough to have 2 mid-card championships. But I think once they start building it up enough, and this is going to lead into our next conversation, I think eventually they're actually going to add another mid-card women's championship.
Maybe. And I agree with you in a way. I don't know if they're going to add that championship anytime soon. But I think the Intercontinental Championship would have made more sense. Just because it's got more history in the WWE to kind of make that the first mid-card women's championship. But U.S. Championship is where they went for some reason. I don't know, man. I like it. I think it's a good move. It'll elevate somebody. But I disagree that they don't have a deep enough roster for it. I think they have a deep enough roster for it. I think they might even have a deep enough roster for 2 mid-card championships. You look at all the tag teams that they have. You look at some of the talent that they have that you might not want as the top on the brand, but you could see holding a championship because they do good work. I think about somebody like Chelsea Green. Like, she could be a mid-card champion, you know? Maybe not the champion, but a mid-card champion would make sense. I think there are a lot of people that you could fit in that role that would work. They have a pretty deep roster. Ivy Nile. The whole collective, the whatever collective, right?
Pure Fusion Collective.
There you go. One of them. All of them. There's a whole bunch of people that could just be a mid-card champion. And then, you know, it gives them something to do. Tiffy Time, you know, who knows? Tiffy Time's already got money in the bank. I mean, she already is holding something there. But, yeah, a lot of people could hold it. I think they have a very deep roster. And, you know, certainly deep enough for a mid-card championship that they could really give to anybody.
Well, we talk about different brands. Does it really matter at this point? Because it feels like everyone just shows up on any show whenever they feel like it now. So, does that matter? I don't think really it does. But my problem is that almost every match now at the PLEs are going to be championship matches because you just add another championship.
Yeah. I mean, they don't always have to be defended on the PLEs, though, John. You know how it works. SmackDown before.
You add another championship, you just devalue the other championships that are already there. I mean, you can say like, yes, no, but it's what happens. You care less about the world titles.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that that is true. But they already have 2 belts, right? It's already not like an undisputed champion. I don't know. I don't think it matters, man. I really don't think it matters that much. I don't think it devalues anything. Like, why not? I mean, the men have mid-card titles, tag titles. Like the women, right? Think about that. Think about that, John. The men's division, right, in WWE. They got the 2 world champions. They've got the Intercontinental Champion, U.S. Champion, and they got 2 sets of tag team champions. The women's division, which is pretty deep, they got a pretty deep roster. They've got 1 women's champion, 2 like a women's champion, world champion on either show. And they've got the tag team champions that appear on both shows. They don't even have 2 sets of tag team champions, and that's it. They can certainly sustain a mid-card title and maybe even a second mid-card title. I think easily. Given the depth of talent in that division, I think they could do a lot. And compared to the men, like, come on. It's nothing. They have no belts.
Why? I think we can agree the men have way too many championships. There's no reason why we should have 2 tag team championships. Like, when they made that 1 championship, that was great. The fact that they've ununified those championships was one of the worst things they did. Because a lot of those championships don't mean, like, you even care about the Judgment Day right now, but the Raw tag team champions? I don't think you care or even remember.
No one does. Doesn't matter. You're not wrong about that. I think the men's division is maybe not as deep as the women's division in a lot of ways. I think you could see more women as the women's world champion, then you could see men as the men's world champion.
Oh, easily. I mean, who beats Cody? There's not many people, I don't think, that could beat Cody. Because
Well,
Cody's
that's
a true
it. You
champion.
have more parity on the women's roster. You have more options. It's a healthier roster in a lot of ways.
Again, I don't think we need more championships. I think we have enough. But sadly, I think this is because we're getting more television time. Because why not? Why not have more television? So we need more championships for that.
Alex Tara says, Johnny North, why are you not hype about this?
Because we have too many championships. We don't need more championships.
The women do. The women need more championships. If you're mad
No, I
about
don't
it, tell them to get rid of one of the men's belts and give the women one more.
I say it all the time. I've been saying it for years that they should have been doing this.
Yeah.
That we have too many championships. We want less championships.
I think
But that goes for everybody.
a mid-card title for both brands for the women makes a lot of sense, though. I think this makes a lot of sense.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but again, it's just another championship. And like I kind of don't care about like the two women's world titles, and now we're going to care about another mid-card women's title. Again, it just takes away from those championships, I find.
I care about both women's world titles in WWE right now. They have me invested in both women's world title runs right now. Liv Morgan and all the stuff she's doing with Dirty Dom and the Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez now backing her up, and she's put she's put Rhea Ripley out of commission for a while, right? Her whole title run has been very interesting. She's on top of Raw. She's like one of the top stars on Raw, if not the number one star on Raw right now. And I'm interested in what she's doing. And then you look at the women's champion on SmackDown, Nia Jax, everything she's doing with Tiffany Stratton, a lot of TV time, interesting stuff. Nia's doing some of the best work of her career. I'm invested in what she's doing. And there are women on the roster that I think could be doing more and are just kind of stuck doing nothing because there's nothing for them to do. I saw Io Sky win a women's battle royal on Raw this week for, I think, a title shot.
Yeah, she's number one contender.
So she's going to wrestle Liv Morgan at some point. But Io, I don't know if she's going to win. But Io as a mid-card champion would be cool. Kyrie as a mid-card champion would be cool. From what I understand, Asuka will be back at some point. There's word that Becky Lynch is going to come back any day now. She could be back very soon. She's going to sign some sort of new contract, possibly. There was talk she was a free agent, and now I think WrestleVotes is reporting that she's actually set to return very soon, and WWE is using her name to promote some sort of product. So Becky may be on her way back. Charlotte Flair is going to come back from injury at some point. There's a lot of talent there, John. There's a lot of talent. They're overflowing. Jade and Bianca kicking around as tag team champions. Bayley's there. Tiffany Stratton is getting bigger and bigger. Rhea Ripley's hurt. She's going to come back. And then who knows what the next generation's going to be. What's her name? Jad. Who are the women there from NXT? Jazz Chisholm. What's her name?
I don't know which one you're referring to. Are you?
Jakara Jackson.
Oh, Lash Legend.
Lash Legend.
That team. The Meta
Yeah.
Girls or the Meta 4 you're talking about?
Yeah. Lash Legend. She's pretty cool.
Right? Are they still in NXT? We didn't see them this week, though.
I'm just saying it's a very deep roster. Very deep roster.
I'm just saying, like, I think the World Championships should mean more, and you're taking away the value of those World Championships. And you did that already with the men's, and we've seen how much it hurt. Like, you don't need two World Champions.
I think WWE has two very strong world champions right now. No? You don't think Gunther and Cody are very strong world champions right now? I think they're both doing very well for themselves.
I think Gunther took a huge step back at Crown Jewel with that match.
I think he needed to lose that match because WWE needed to make the statement that Cody is the A champion. He's the number one. Gunther's number two. That was a statement match for WWE to kind of tell the world and tell the boys and tell everybody, you know, Gunther's good and all, but Cody is our guy. Cody is firmly our guy. Cody wins the big matches. The really big matches, he's going to win. It was a statement. You could say Gunther took a step back. I don't know if he was going to ever take that step forward, because the step forward is being the number one poster boy for the WWE, and that's not the role that he has. He's a very strong champion. He's a very strong wrestler. He's very well respected. He's the world champion of Raw, the B show. Cody is the A champion. He beat Roman Reigns. He finished the story. He's going to have the match with The Rock. Cody has to win. I get it. I think a lot of us felt like the win would have been bigger for Gunther because Gunther isn't as strong. It hasn't beat Roman, hasn't finished the story, hasn't main evented WrestleMania, right? He hasn't done all these things. He's not as big a star as Cody. So a win over Cody would really do a lot for Gunther because you already kind of see Cody as the number one. So why not give Gunther a shot where you can kind of see them as equals? But Gunther beating Cody doesn't really make them equals. It makes Gunther stronger than Cody, and WWE didn't want to put that in anybody's mind, not even an inkling of that. So they said, nope, Cody goes over clean because Cody has to be cemented as the number one. I get it. I mean, you get it, right? But like, it's not what you wanted, maybe as a Gunther fan and maybe as a guy who's not super enthused with Cody in his current run, but it's what WWE is doing. I saw a report somewhere where they're like, Cody is the John Cena of the company. He's our guy. He's our number one, and everything revolves around him. So, if it's Hogan versus Gunther in Hogan's prime, you think Hogan's losing? It's the same theory, right? If you're the top guy of the WWE and you have a really big match, you're going to win clean. Because why wouldn't you?
I prefer the time when we had like an actual undisputed champion, or it actually meant something when you were the undisputed champion. There should only be one world champion. Then these mid cards would actually mean something. But when you have two world champions, then you have more mid cards. Again, these titles, they lose their meaning.
Well, sure, but how about the fact that Cody is called the undisputed champion and he just beat the world champion Gunther in a match which kind of solidifies him as really the undisputed champion. If he is the undisputed champion, he should beat the world champion and be looked at as the real champion, and Gunther's just a phony champion. I think it solidified Cody as the undisputed champion. It maybe made Gunther look like a fake champion, but somebody on Raw has to beat him. Somebody other than Cody has to beat him. But you definitely look at Gunther and you go, wow, a lot of guys could probably beat him on the roster. Cody, Roman, maybe even Solo. Just based off that match with Cody, right? And
Well, I don't think Damian Priest is beating them.
no, definitely not. Damian Priest won a 4-way on Raw, and now he's going to wrestle Gunther, I guess, at Survivor Series for the belt.
Or at some point. They didn't actually say, I don't think, exactly how much is going to happen, but at some point, Priest will get a title shot. I mean, Survivor Series makes sense because who else is it going to be?
I think it's got to be Gunther. I'm looking at the card, and they have not made that official.
I don't think anything's official yet for Survivor Series, no?
I mean, according to Wikipedia, the War Games is.
Now, is that 4-on-4 or is that 5-on-5? Like,
Right.
I got
Okay.
confused there.
You know what? We got to talk about this terrible promo that we saw tonight on SmackDown. What the hell was Solo Sikoa doing? What was that? What was that animated like? What was all that? What was all this? What was going on there? Do you notice
I don't
that?
know. Like,
Was that unusual?
He was just trying to, show some energy and
Does he always
react
do
in a
that?
different
But
way.
he's been like this brooding, like, why am I the bad guy? Acknowledge me. And then all of a sudden tonight he's like, Roman, what the? Like it was this new character he was debuting. It was odd. It was a very strange promo tonight. It felt like he was lost.
I think he might just be trying to show a range of emotions, and that was one different one we hadn't seen before. I think that's just him trying to expand his range, I think. It was different. Stood out. I'm not saying it was great, but it was different.
Uh-huh. So Solo came out to have a ceremony to acknowledge him again. It's just always acknowledgement ceremonies with this guy. And then Roman shows up and he's like, Buffalo, do you acknowledge Solo? And they're like, no. And Roman's like, me neither. And then Roman wants a one-on-one match with Solo to determine who's the real tribal chief. And Solo's like, what? How you going to say? How you going to say you're a tribal chief? You don't even have a tribe. And then Roman, like, comically, I don't understand what this character is supposed to be at this point. Because Roman Reigns, when Solo's like, you don't even have a tribe, man. Roman, like, looks to his left and looks to his right, like, oh, yeah, nobody's here next to me. Like, you had to look, dude? You didn't know no one was next to you? What was all that with Roman? Roman was acting weird. The reactions on Roman tonight were ridiculous. And then Solo says, "Oh, we're not gonna do a one-on-one match, man. We're gonna do war games. You gotta find partners." I was like, "What the hell is this character, dude?" And then Roman's like, "War games, but I only see 4 of you." It's like, what? This is a number. What is going? What? And then Solo's like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. I was like, what? And then he's like, and our 5th member is Sami Zayn. Because earlier in the night, I should have mentioned that earlier in the night they had this whole promo with Sami Zayn, right?
That was okay, the opening promo, no? I mean, it was typical, like what you expect for Bloodline to do, that opening promo.
I think it's making Roman look really dumb.
Well, they're trying to make him a babyface, so he's got to be a little bit more humble, I think.
Yeah, but he's not, and like then when he decides